trying to run a non-traditional program in a traditional setting, for example, in a university. And it was basically like a startup where our idea was to expose the students to a community and their challenges, at the same time have the community experience some real world changes in the long run. So to accomplish that, we had to have the right communities in place, and we had to have the right students in place who have this mindset. So this is how Summer Academy came along, and it took a long time to plan. To give a very simple timeline of what we were looking at when we established the program, we were thinking of 3 to 5 years in one single community. And to start with, we went in summer to 2019, and we looked at what are the different areas we could work on for the next 5 years, 10 years. And we started from there. We identified 4 different areas in a community in Uganda, and then we now have a set timeline for what we want to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years, by building a social enterprise which can be run by the locals with our essentially guidance in the first place, and then independently run them after we move to another community.
In the formal curriculum, very often students are assigned to a certain major or certain area, so they're very good at one thing and become very uncomfortable when they're outside of this area. So what we want to do is actually bring students together to share all this knowledge, so they have a foundation, a set of vocabulary and also tools to work together to work on different kind of projects. For example, poverty, hygiene, water and sanitation, and so on. So the whole idea is to bring students from different backgrounds to share them with the tools and things that they can work together as a team. Themselves. So the way we approach problems should not be defined by the border that we see on the map. On the other hand, when we see different kind of sustainable development goals, for example, between poverty and gender equality, there are a lot of interconnection, and we should not be treating all these problems in isolation. So we have to see them as a system as well. This is another reason why we always talk about transborder. And also, every student will have a major. Our students, they major in something. And very often, by introducing them,
I really feel the calling to, bring books to the Uganda kids. Like, I've never seen like so many children. They really love to study. They really love to go to school, but they don't have the resources. They don't even have the textbook. They will feel really satisfied with having a book. So I think I really feel the calling to bring books to those Uganda kids, and they deserve it. So I come up with the idea of book truck. Firstly, like, the idea was killed by the sharks, and saying, okay, you don't have the resources. This idea is not sustainable. Where you get the money from to rent the truck, and they don't have that kind of resources, and they don't have the books. Eventually, I work with my group, my mentors, and we eventually a very good idea was made, and is about the subscription plan. And that subscription plan actually saved the book tour idea, and eventually it really inspired me how business can make a difference. And therefore, after this summer academy, I really feel like obsessed with business. I hated business before, but now this term I just registered one course is marketing. So it's about business, and I think it could be helpful. And it made me learn a lot.
Our group project is about the development of some renewable energy sources in Kazakhstan, so we focus on the biogas development in Kazakhstan. At first, we visit some companies in Kazakhstan that are responsible for such development. But however, we found out that this may not be enough for us to carry out a project, so we went on a field visit in some rural places in Kazakhstan, and we interviewed some of the local residents there, and we have a better understanding towards their needs. So we immediately think of a project about this and to make some like budget plans or other possible solutions for them to develop a new energy sources. And I hope this development of some renewable energy sources can help the people in rural Kazakhstan to have a better quality of life.
And I really appreciate the work that OSL put out in regard of organizing the content. Like our schedules every day was really packed, but it was really fun. Like even though we was really tired, but we feel like every minute was spent really productive, and we got a lot of lectures, but the lecturer was also engaged with a lot of other activities, and we got like real time experiences. They even gave us a chance to go on a boat trip and let us study like microplastic on the sea, which is really interesting. Like sometimes there will be like tears and a lot of hard work going on, and maybe sometimes you will feel like you would rather stay at home and have a rest instead of doing all these things in the summer, but it's really rewarding. And I think it can give you a lot of once in a lifetime experiences that you don't know when will you have the chance to do that again. So I think the university, the office, and everyone was really supportive. So if you got the opportunity, like just take it, like just take the risk, and you will not be regret.